Have you ever looked in the mirror and wondered what happened to the confident man who never worried about performance issues in the bedroom? Perhaps it started with occasional disappointment, those moments when your body simply wouldn't respond the way it used to. For millions of men over 45, erectile dysfunction isn't just a physical challenge. It's a silent thief that steals away confidence, intimacy, and sometimes even relationships. You've probably tried to ignore it, hoping it was just temporary stress or fatigue. You've probably even canceled dates or avoided intimate moments because the fear of disappointment was simply too overwhelming. I've spent 30 years treating men just like you in my urology practice, and I can tell you that what many doctors won't admit is that the foods you eat every single day can either restore your natural function or quietly destroy it from within. I am Dr. William Carter, and today I want to share with you 4 foods that naturally restore erectile function and keep your performance strong, and 2 foods that can silently sabotage everything, regardless of medications or supplements you might be taking. By the end of this video, you will know exactly which foods to add to your diet, which ones to enjoy in moderation, and which ones to completely avoid if you want to feel confident, powerful, and fully alive again. Let us begin with the first erection. Friendly food. Dark, leafy greens. These simple vegetables may look ordinary on your plate, but they are among the most powerful foods you can eat for sexual health. Dark leafy greens like spinach, kale, and Swiss chard are packed with nitrates, compounds your body converts into nitric oxide, and nitric oxide is absolutely essential for healthy erections. You see, when you become aroused, your brain sends signals to the blood vessels in your penis to relax and open up, allowing blood to flow in and create an erection. Without enough nitric oxide, those blood vessels simply cannot relax properly, and the result is weak, undependable erections, or sometimes no erection at all. What most men don't realize is that as they age, their natural nitric oxide production begins to decline, and by age 50, most men produce only about half of what they did in their 20s. This decline happens so gradually that you might not notice it until suddenly, your performance becomes unpredictable. Now, I want to pause for a moment because I know exactly what you're feeling right now. That mix of hope and skepticism, wondering if you're the only one facing this challenge. You're not alone. Thousands of men watching this right now are nodding their heads in silent understanding. Have you been avoiding intimate moments because you're afraid your body might let you down? Or perhaps you've been making excuses to your partner, blaming work stress or fatigue. I want to hear from you. Type, "I deserve better" in the comments if you're ready to reclaim your confidence and performance. Your comment might be exactly what another man needs to see to know he's not suffering alone. And remember, taking this first step of acknowledgement is often the hardest but most important part of regaining your sexual health. Dark, leafy greens help restore those nitric oxide levels, ensuring that when the moment is right, your body can respond the way it's supposed to. But there is more. These greens are also rich in magnesium, a mineral that helps regulate testosterone levels. Without adequate testosterone, your desire diminishes, and even if you have the physical ability to achieve an erection, you might not have the drive to initiate intimacy. This creates a devastating double effect that can destroy not only performance, but also the emotional connection in your relationship. The best part is, you don't need to completely overhaul your diet. Just adding 1 cup of leafy greens to your daily routine, whether in a smoothie, a salad, or sautéed as a side dish, can make a remarkable difference in your body's ability to achieve and maintain erections. I've had patients tell me that within just 2 weeks of making this one change, they noticed stronger, more reliable responses. Now let us move to the second food that supports erectile function: fatty fish. Salmon, mackerel, sardines, and other cold water fish are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, and these healthy fats are critical for the health of your entire vascular system, including the delicate blood vessels that control erections. Here is the surprising part that most men never learn from their doctors. Erectile dysfunction is often the first warning sign of heart disease. The blood vessels in your penis are smaller than those in your heart, so they show damage earlier. When these vessels become stiff, inflamed, or clogged with plaque, blood cannot flow freely, and erections become difficult or impossible. By eating fatty fish regularly, you're providing your body with the essential oils it needs to reduce inflammation, increase blood vessel flexibility, and improve circulation throughout your entire system, including your genital area. This means not only better erections now, but also protection against more serious cardiovascular issues later. The omega-3s in fatty fish do even more than improve blood flow. They help balance your hormones, particularly the ratio between testosterone and estrogen. As men age, many begin to produce more estrogen and less testosterone, which not only affects sexual function but also contributes to increased body fat, especially around the middle. This excess fat then converts even more testosterone to estrogen, creating a vicious cycle that damages sexual health. Fatty fish helps break this cycle, supporting proper hormone balance. For maximum benefit, aim to include fatty fish in your diet at least twice a week. If you don't enjoy fish or find it inconvenient to prepare, a high-quality fish oil supplement can provide similar benefits, though whole food sources are always preferable when possible. I've had patients who were skeptical about this advice until they tried it, and many report that after just a month of including more fatty fish in their diet, they experienced firmer, more reliable erections and renewed sexual confidence. The third food that supports erectile function is watermelon. This juicy summer fruit might seem like an unlikely hero for men's sexual health, but watermelon contains an amino acid called citrulline that works wonders for erection quality. Here is how it works. Once consumed, your body converts citrulline into another amino acid called arginine, which then stimulates the production of nitric oxide. As we discussed earlier, nitric oxide is essential for relaxing the blood vessels that allow blood to flow into the penis, creating an erection. In fact, the mechanism is so powerful that it's similar to how medications like Viagra work, though obviously to a milder degree. Watermelon essentially provides your body with the building blocks it needs to create its own natural erection-enhancing compounds. Research and clinical observations show that men who regularly consume citrulline-rich foods often experience improved erectile function, stronger erections, and greater staying power. But watermelon offers another benefit many men need. It's over 90% water, which helps with overall hydration. Dehydration is a silent saboteur of sexual performance. Even mild dehydration can cause your blood volume to decrease, making it harder to achieve and maintain an erection. Many men don't drink enough water throughout the day and then compound the problem with alcohol in the evening, which further dehydrates the body. By enjoying watermelon regularly, especially during the summer months when it's most available, you're not only getting the citrulline benefits but also boosting your hydration levels. During colder seasons when watermelon isn't as readily available, other citrulline-containing foods like cucumbers, bitter melons, or walnuts can provide similar benefits, though in smaller amounts. I recommend adding a cup or two of diced watermelon to your diet several times a week during the season, either as a refreshing snack or blended into a smoothie. The fourth food that supports erectile function is dark chocolate. This delicious treat is not just for romantic occasions. It actually contains compounds that can improve your sexual health on a daily basis. Dark chocolate, specifically varieties with 70% cocoa content or higher, is rich in flavonols. These powerful antioxidants help your body produce nitric oxide, which, as we've discussed, is crucial for healthy erections. But dark chocolate offers even more benefits for men's sexual health. It contains phenylethylamine, a compound that triggers the release of endorphins, your body's feel-good chemicals. These endorphins reduce stress and anxiety, which are major psychological barriers to satisfying sexual performance. Many men don't realize how much everyday stress impacts their ability to achieve and maintain erections. When you're stressed, your body produces cortisol, and elevated cortisol levels can suppress testosterone production and inhibit the relaxation response needed for erections. By including a small amount of dark chocolate in your routine, you're not just supporting the physical mechanisms of erection, but also addressing the mental aspects that can interfere with performance. Dark chocolate also contains a small amount of caffeine, which can increase energy levels and blood flow throughout the body. However, this is where moderation becomes essential. 1 or 2 squares of high-quality dark chocolate daily is plenty to reap the benefits without consuming too much sugar or calories, which could eventually work against your sexual health goals. I often suggest to my patients that they develop a ritual of enjoying a small piece of dark chocolate in the evening, perhaps with a cup of antioxidant-rich green tea, as a way to unwind and simultaneously support their sexual health. Now, while these 4 foods can help, not all foods are your allies when it comes to erectile function. In fact, 2 common ones can quietly work against you. The first is processed meats. Bacon, sausage, hot dogs, deli meats, and similar products might taste good, but they contain compounds that can seriously damage your sexual health. Processed meats are typically high in sodium, preservatives, and nitrates, the harmful kind, different from the beneficial nitrates in vegetables. These compounds can raise blood pressure and damage the delicate endothelium, the lining of your blood vessels, including those that supply blood to the penis during arousal. High blood pressure is one of the most common physical causes of erectile dysfunction, and many men don't realize they have it until they begin experiencing problems with erections. But there's an even more direct mechanism at work. The preservatives and additives in processed meats create inflammation throughout the body, including in the blood vessels. This inflammation makes blood vessels less flexible and responsive to the signals that would normally trigger them to dilate during arousal. The result is often delayed, weakened, or absent erections, even in men who feel mentally aroused. An occasional serving of bacon at Sunday breakfast won't destroy your sex life, but making processed meats a regular part of your diet can gradually erode your sexual function. If you currently eat processed meats several times a week, try reducing to once a week or less, replacing them with fresh, unprocessed protein sources like chicken, fish, eggs, or plant-based proteins. The second food to be cautious with is sugary beverages. Sodas, sweetened teas, sports drinks, and even many fruit juices are loaded with sugar that can devastate your sexual health in multiple ways. When you consume a sugary drink, your blood sugar spikes rapidly. To manage this spike, your pancreas releases insulin, which helps move sugar from your bloodstream into your cells. Over time, consistently high insulin levels can lead to insulin resistance, where your cells become less responsive to insulin's effects. This condition is closely linked to erectile dysfunction. In fact, men with diabetes are 3 times more likely to experience erectile problems than men without diabetes, and high sugar consumption is a major risk factor for developing type 2 diabetes. But the damage doesn't stop there. High sugar intake also promotes inflammation throughout the body, including in the blood vessels necessary for healthy erections. Sugar can also lead to weight gain, particularly around the abdomen, and this excess fat converts testosterone to estrogen, further compromising sexual function. Perhaps most concerning is how quickly this damage can occur. Studies have shown that consuming just one 20-ounce sugary beverage can cause inflammation and temporary changes in blood vessel function within an hour. While these effects might be temporary at first, repeated daily consumption creates chronic inflammation and lasting damage. The good news is that your body has remarkable healing capacity. By replacing sugary beverages with water, unsweetened tea, or coffee, many men notice improvements in their erectile function within just a few weeks. If you currently drink several sugary beverages daily, try reducing by 1 each week until you've eliminated them, and watch for the positive changes in your sexual health. So, let me bring this all together. If you are a man who wants to support erectile function naturally, reach for dark leafy greens, fatty fish, watermelon, and dark chocolate. These foods provide the nutrients, compounds, and protection your body needs to maintain healthy blood flow and hormone balance. At the same time, minimize your intake of processed meats and sugary beverages, because too much can increase inflammation, damage blood vessels, and drag your sexual performance down. The beauty of this approach is its simplicity. You don't need expensive pills, complicated treatments, or embarrassing discussions with your doctor. Something as basic as the foods you eat each day can either support or sabotage your most intimate moments. When you make the right choices consistently, your body responds with stronger performance, greater stamina, and renewed confidence. I've seen it happen with hundreds of my patients, and I know it can happen for you too. I am Dr. William Carter, and I want to thank you for watching today. If this information resonated with you, please hit that subscribe button right now. This isn't just another health channel. This is a private, judgment-free space where we tackle the issues most doctors are too uncomfortable to discuss honestly. By subscribing, you're not just getting information. You're joining a community of men silently fighting the same battles you are. Every week, I share solutions to the most sensitive men's health concerns, from prostate health to hormonal optimization to intimate performance, using natural, proven methods I've developed over 3 decades of clinical practice. Don't let another day pass feeling less than your best self. Subscribe now, turn on notifications, and take the first step toward reclaiming the vitality, confidence, and performance you deserve. Your future self, and possibly your partner, will thank you for making this simple yet powerful decision today.